Hi bakers, I'm Crystal the Cake Lady, and today I'd like to share with you my favorite recipe for banana bread. I actually get this recipe from my best friend Natalie. It's her family recipe and it's absolutely delicious. I just love banana bread. I think of it as comfort food. It's sweet, moist, delicious. You can enjoy it for dessert or for breakfast. I'm going to go ahead and share with you the basic recipe, and I'll include the written recipe down below in the description box, but hang around till the end because I'm going to share some fun ideas for mix-ins that can really jazz up your banana bread and take it to the next level. Some things maybe you've never even thought of before. If you haven't hit that subscribe button, go ahead and do it now, and let me show you what we're going to need. A hand mixer is optional. You'll want a large bowl, a loaf pan, of course baker's joy. You want about 3 to 4 overripe bananas, 1½ cups of all-purpose flour, a stick of butter, 2 eggs, a ½ teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of vanilla, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, a ½ cup of sour cream, or you can use Greek yogurt, a cup of sugar, and chopped nuts are optional, but I always love to add pecans to my banana bread. Okay, the first thing we'll do is take our 3 overripe bananas and just mash them up a little bit with a fork. I've told you before, you can put overripe bananas right into the freezer just with their peel on and take them out as you need them. This is what I always do. You can tell one of these was actually an overripe banana from the freezer. They mash up a lot easier, they get a lot softer. If they're a little watery, don't be too worried about it. Comes out beautiful in the recipe. Okay, we've got our overripe bananas mashed. Go ahead and beat up our eggs while we've got the fork out. There we go. So the first thing we're going to do is cream together a stick of softened butter and our cup of sugar in the bowl. Once we have that mixed, we'll go ahead and add in the beaten eggs. Mix for just a second longer. Now we will add the baking soda to our flour and the salt, and go ahead and add this into the bowl. Very important not to over mix banana bread. So this is just kind of barely brought together. I'm going to go ahead and add the sour cream, the mashed bananas, and the vanilla and finish everything up. That is a beautiful batter right there. We'll go ahead and fold in about a cup of chopped pecans. Of course, you can use chopped walnuts instead if you'd like. All right, we'll go ahead and prepare our pan with baker's joy and pour the batter in there. Okay, I've popped that into a 350-degree preheated oven, and I'm going to let it go for about an hour and start checking with my wooden toothpick. While that's baking, let's talk about some of the fun mix-in ideas that you could do with your banana bread. I love to put in cinnamon and a little dash of nutmeg. That really gives it a warm, spicy feel. So a teaspoon to 2 teaspoons of cinnamon and a little dash of nutmeg makes it really, really delicious. Have you ever thought of adding dried fruit to your banana bread? You could add cranberries, raisins, dates, pineapple, dried apricots. Really sounds delicious, doesn't it? You could always throw in a handful or 2 of chocolate chips. The kids would really enjoy that. You could warm up some cream cheese and kind of fold it in towards the end of the mixing process, so you have swirls of cream cheese going through your batter. That sounds really yummy too. I can think of one idea the king of rock and roll would love in his banana bread: some peanut butter. A scoop or 2 of peanut butter in the batter and you get the nice peanut butter and banana effect. One of my favorite ways to enjoy banana bread is adding coconut and crushed pineapple. Just a small can of crushed pineapple and coconut gives it kind of a tropical essence. One last idea I'm going to mention, and I'm not going to say it too loudly in case the kids are around, but you can add a few extra vitamins and nutrients by adding shredded zucchini or canned pumpkin. Make sure you don't get the pumpkin pie spice. Just plain canned pumpkin has beta carotene in it. The kids will never know. It's pretty much tasteless, it adds moisture, and it really, really tastes good. Can you guys think of any ideas for mix-ins that maybe I didn't mention in the video? If so, I'd love to hear them in the comment section below. I'm starting to smell that banana bread. Let's check on it. So I'm checking my banana bread after about an hour, and it's not quite done in the middle. I checked it with a toothpick and it's still pretty wet and gooey, but I'm worried about the edges getting burnt. So I've torn some little strips of tin foil, and I'm just going to add them to the edges so they don't overcook. Push that back in, maybe let it go another 5 to 10 minutes and I'll check it again. About 10 more minutes did the trick. You can see there's only a few dry crumbs on the toothpick now. You really want to turn it out of the pan pretty quickly so that it doesn't start to get soggy on the bottom. So we'll remove our tin foil. Should have gotten a cooling rack out, but I didn't. So we're just going to invert it on this board. You could always go around the sides with a knife, but that's the thing I love about Baker's Joy is you don't really have to. There we go. We're gonna let this cool completely before we slice into it and before we wrap it up. If you wrap it up when it's still warm, it can create condensation in the tin foil and lead to a soggy bottom as well. So let it cool completely, even though it's very tempting to eat it when it's warm. Now that my banana bread has cooled, I'm gonna slice a piece or two to enjoy. Using a serrated knife, I'm just going to gently slice into it. Now, banana bread will last for about 4 days as long as it's kept sealed airtight at room temperature or in the fridge. But you may not realize that you can actually double wrap pieces and put them in the freezer to enjoy at a later date. They're good in the freezer for about 3 months and they're great for a breakfast on the go. You'll just need to pull it out about 30 minutes before you're ready to enjoy it to allow it to thaw. I hope you've enjoyed our time together today as much as I have, and I hope you'll give this recipe for banana bread a try. Let me know which fun mix-ins you used in the comment section below. Also, if you enjoyed the video, how about leaving a thumbs up and go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Until next time, happy baking!